What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. We've got
John,
Ken, Mr. J.
I'm back.
Jay is back. We haven't seen Jay
Welcome
in about, a couple months now or something, no?
Well, from the podcast, I actually looked on YouTube, and it said over a year ago.
Really?
Oh. I don't think so.
No,
what
it was more recent than
maybe
that, I think.
No, I don't know. I got to check.
yeah, I don't know.
I thought I checked
Because
and it
I
said
felt like
over a
we
year.
talked about Canada at some point. I feel like we did, that you were on here.
Yeah, blame Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that trip was like 3 years ago.
No.
Probably.
No, it wasn't that long ago. Welcome back, Jay. Nice to have you on here again.
Sir.
Later in the episode, Jay had brought some beers, so we're going to talk about those. We will remember, because I'm kind of really in the mood for a beer right now.
Yeah, 100%.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
But let's start with that delicious looking brown liquid.
Yes. What do we have here? This is one that I had picked up. I'm part of a bourbon group. John's actually part of that group too. I don't know if Jay is or not. Central Bourbon Society.
Yes.
And this wasn't one of their picks per se, but a member of that group had picked up a barrel, and he offered it to the group. So some of us got in on it. It was one of those things though. It was reasonably priced, but then the shipping was like flat rate. So say it was like $15 or something, and I was like, well, if I got to pay $15, I'm gonna and the bottle of bourbon itself is not too bad, you know. I'm like, I'm getting two, so I ordered two of them, and
2 cases.
no, just 2 bourbons just to get that, make that flat rate a little bit more worth it. So it took that $15 to a $7.50 for shipping.
Can I save the $15 shipping and just use $20 worth of gas to pick it up?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. A lot of times when you get these barrels, as Jay knows, because he's helped people who have gotten barrel picks before, you have to get it through a liquor store a lot of times, and these liquor stores will distribute it. And if he wants to really be official with it, the liquor store will ship it sometimes too as well. So, but yeah, Cedar Ridge, out of Iowa.
Field of Dreams.
You obviously have tried that.
Yes.
You?
No, we dumped it all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lit it on fire.
To make it look like it was used.
But yes, this is one that I am familiar with. So I'm not going to reveal my opinions to you guys just yet, because I want you guys to try it as well.
All right.
Coming in 117.8 proof, 58.9% alcohol. This is a double barrel bourbon. As far as the mash bill goes, we're looking at 74% Iowa corn.
That's good stuff.
Iowa corn.
Right?
Yeah,
Iowa corn
sure.
versus Jersey corn. Those are the 2 best corns you can get.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what they say.
14% rye. And I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this. 12% two-row malted barley.
Okay.
And maybe I just...
You know what that's
just
for, right?
give a little hint of... Yeah.
What?
You can now.
Okay.
You never home brewed?
Yeah, home
No,
brewing.
no,
yeah.
never home brewed.
Yeah, we
You
use some
always use
malted
it. A lot
barley.
of times you use that.
And it'll give it a nice color, too, So this one is something that I am looking forward to trying. Straight bourbon whiskey is crafted from Iowa corn and fermented off-grain, making it clean and approachable. During the aging process, the Midwest varying weather subjects the barrels to greater expansion and contraction, providing rich aromas and flavors. Enjoy discovering how each and every Cedar Ridge barrel is unique. So what do you think about when someone says that, those constant temperature changes? And I'm not going to say Kentucky necessarily, but what's another brown water, that you've had that is subject to a lot of those extreme temperature changes that you can think of off the top of your head?
Like a non-bourbon you're talking
Yes, something, maybe not even in the United States.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Okay. What are you thinking?
A Scotch?
Yeah. So Scotch, you have those temperature changes a lot of times because it gets cold, it gets hot, it gets wet, it gets salty, it gets all that. They get all that effect there. So, and we've had bourbons on the show before where they even jostle the barrels, like your the highway one we had.
Yeah, or your
Oceans, yes, where they actually. So there's always. It makes you question, is it a myth? Is it this or that? But no, it makes sense. When the temperature changes, and even when you have your higher tier for roses or things like that, where they're in the higher tiers where it's hotter in the warehouse, where you can get some more of
It's
that
the
too as
expansion
well.
of the wood and the absorption. Yeah, it's all.
I always
all a
thought
factor.
that was fascinating when I went on the tour and stuff.
Yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
guys did too. And
Yeah.
if the window's left open,
Yep.
if it's not, like all the different
Yeah.
factors.
And
Be in the
honestly, I
corner,
don't-
sunlight,
I
anything.
don't think it's a myth. I think it's scientific.
Yes, I think it is.
it's,
And I think you often get shorter barrels because of it. There's a higher absorption rate in certain areas, and I think that plays a role in that high ABV as well, too.
absolutely. That's why there's a science to bourbon, man. It's it's not just pouring liquid in a bottle from a barrel. There's
Yeah.
a science to it.
There is a science.
No, this is the part.
And I'm sorry, you said I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said with the ABV. What are we drinking?
It is 117.8. So this is a little up there. It's a little up there. So,
This is the segment that makes me a little nervous, as I've told John before.
Why?
The smelling part.
oh,
The smelling?
I don't want to be part of it,
No.
but I will.
of course.
Listen, you say what you smell. If you smell bourbon, you don't smell anything else. You smell bourbon.
Jay's just making fun of us because we have our smelling notes on here, but we didn't use it on our last episode, any of the
no.
smelling notes. So,
No.
So it's
Actually,
probably going to be a better episode.
well, we could use it this episode.
It's pretty cool. Honestly, they're pretty cool because you can compare and be like, I smell this, and then like you smell one of those, it almost like verifies what you're smelling. So it's,
Yeah.
Like it trains
it's not
you-
throwing you off.
Trains your mind though to look for.
No, I think it's verifying what you feel, like what you think you're smelling, and you really
Yeah.
smell it. It's like, yeah,
Right.
bro, you're right. I smell that. That's
I've never
pretty
really
cool.
done that. I mean, obviously, I always smell it, but I never like spent more than
No,
a couple seconds on it.
right.
Yeah.
If I smell peanut butter, but I go smell that peanut butter, it smells nothing like it. I'm like, all right, maybe I'm a little off. You
Yeah.
know? So but
yeah,
let's
it's just
try
a
it.
reassurance. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's get this nose, guys. There's a reason why I had mentioned that. Jay had mentioned the whole beer thing before about that, but I have had this one, and there's something that I think it's very forward with on this one.
I mean, you can smell them all.
Yeah, it's malty. Definitely malty.
Get a little like citrusy, a little bit.
Getting a little citrus. I'm getting more like a dark dried fruit, like a raisin kind of.
Yeah.
Hints of chocolate on the nose.
bit of chocolate.
So here's the thing too, Jay. We're going to visit that on that nose right now, and let me see if I'm correct on that.
What did you say on this one? I got a little oak too,
Yeah, a little oakiness.
obviously.
I don't know if I want to do that one. Let's do
It didn't work.
no because it's not strong enough. I feel like that one. And I kind of want it to be more present. You can maybe get a little bit of that.
Yeah, very light,
Yeah,
like a hint of it.
yeah, just a hint.
Yeah.
And that's we're sniffing the chocolate right now, and we're kind of getting that.
It's like when you drive into Hershey Park.
Yeah, I know, right? The air smells like.
I want to drink that.
I know you don't want to drink that. Some of these are natural. Some of these are just like fragrance oils. So the first one I had brought up was the cacao. Cacao.
I tried the leather and not really.
No, you're not going to get. Yeah, I don't think this one is more that. It's just more of that malty.
That's cedar.
A little bit of heat on the
It's
nose.
not that far off.
No?
The chocolate's stronger.
Yeah,
The cacao is more subtle because it's
it's
not
subtle.
chocolate
That's
yet.
actual real cacao though,
Yeah.
so that's a powder in there. So it's not gonna, it's gonna be a little different. Okay, but we get that malty, we get that sweetness, get that dark dried fruit, the ethanol. Jay said he gets a little hints of citrus maybe on there too.
What would be close to that from a smell to compare it, and then I'll know if that's true or not. Like apple would be the.
Nah,
That's not citrus.
No,
No.
I was thinking more of an orange.
Yeah.
Like
I do have orange peel in here somewhere. Here it is. That would be the closest thing I think. Let me see how strong. Because once again, this is dried orange peel, and it's not going to be like the artificial stuff as much.
I do get that a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm not a.
It's not far off, no?
No.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
My bourbon.
I can see that a little bit.
My bourbon page is tasting bourbon, not smelling
Not
bourbon.
smelling bourbon?
Yeah.
I'll leave,
Smell
I'll
it.
leave that to you.
All right, Jay.
Smell it and put it
All right,
back in the
Jay.
bottle.
On that note, let's taste this bourbon. Cheers, fellas. All right. All right.
Well, when I was going down at chocolate, right in the
Wow.
beginning,
Yeah.
Chocolate,
good heat.
malty. Not overpowering for the proof. It's not
No,
overpowering. They did a good job with that.
I'm not getting a huge hug. It's there.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
not
it.
huge.
I'm getting more up here than down here, I think.
It's in the throat more than,
Yeah,
than
but
in the chest.
See, I had a little bit of the heat, but I didn't have anything. I think you guys had
Yeah.
one.
Yes, we had.
before I got here.
Yeah, we had some before prior. So yes,
So I
that
think your
that could
palate
absolutely
was-
play a role. Yes, absolutely.
I'm tasting straight up like Whoppers.
Whoppers. Well, we get
Remember that Whopper candy, that malted
Malt.
chocolate?
which makes sense because I get chocolate and malt.
Yeah, not
That's
Burger
right.
King, not Burger King Whoppers.
Yeah.
I hate this side. You guys are right on with that.
Right?
Yeah.
Why do you hate to say?
Because I hate this segment.
We are experts.
You're pretty good at it. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
And I will have to say that I'm going to admit to this because I've had this one before. I wasn't as much of a fan the first time I tried this out. Now it's opened up a little, and you guys might have said the same thing if this was a fresh crack. And now that it's opened up a little,
I think it's good.
I think it's pretty decent. And I would say it feels to me, because I've had some Balcones and all that, I feel like it's a distant cousin to a Texas whiskey.
Yeah.
It kind of has that Texas whiskey feel.
I usually
Iowa next to Texas?
I don't know. It was the proximity.
think it's a little north. But I usually don't like the Texas bourbon or whiskeys that much, but I like this one.
It's got nice flavor. Yeah.
I'm a still Austin fan, so I disagree. I like that Texas.
Yeah, you like that Texas.
You like
Texas.
it.
And I have in the past been a fan of the Balcones. Or Balcones, I don't know, I always butcher it, but I've always been a fan of that. But that is one of those things, like, it's like when I drink scotch or something, which I don't drink that often. If I'm having it, that's what I'm having that night. I can't mix it up. I can't do bourbon and scotch. I can't have Texas whiskey with my bourbon. It just has to be one or the other, or a single malt of even like, any kind of whiskey for that matter that is just too distinguishably different. If I'm going to start with it, that's what I'm sticking with.
I was actually going to ask you that. Like, if you grab something like that, do you go like lighter, or like it depends on your mood, or you just stick with one? I like to try, like, have half of that, and
Like your nightcap at night?
at night. I'm like, I want to have a bourbon. I like to compare.
As long as it's
similar.
consistent. For me, I don't like to have a bourbon then a rye, and then if I'm having
agree with
bourbon,
that.
I will just have bourbons. If I'm having ryes, I'll just have ryes. If I'm having
But I like
Texas
to
whiskey, I'll just have
compare
Texas
like
whiskey.
two that are very similar.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
drink
No,
it right after and
no.
actually
I'm all for that as long as it's the same.
Yeah, like head to head.
Basic liquid. If it's bourbon or if it's rye.
Like I'm not going to have my Starlight, cigar blend
Amberana
with
finish,
Amberana,
the
and then go
blends.
do my, Good Times peach vanilla.
Well, here's the thing, though,
They don't match
and I'm going to throw a curveball on you. So I will have the Amberana finished stuff if it's the last bourbon of the night. So if I
you want to end on a good note.
well, no, because what happens is that it's so cinnamon forward that if I have it first, and then that's all I'm going to keep tasting in my mouth is that cinnamon.
Got you.
And then I have bourbon. I feel like it's going to screw up my bourbon palate after that, because now I'm drinking something that is more cinnamon forward. And
And it's funny that
especially if
you
we
brought
don't
that
wash the
up,
glass.
because if I do have like a couple at night,
yeah,
now I'm thinking about it. I do find myself going to the same things, right?
Yeah.
I'll do my Willet Rye, and then I'll go and do like my Boo Rye, my not Boo
Yes.
Rye. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If I'm doing my at McKenna 10-year, and then I'll go to like my Bottle and Bond.
It's
Heaven
your other
Hill.
Bottle and Bonds.
Yeah. It's funny.
But here's the thing: if you started out with your rye and then you went to the Boo Rye, because it's a mix of the both, can you technically transition to your bourbon? Because
know.
you
Yeah,
had
I don't know.
you had that transition there.
I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm wondering, because I don't do it purposely though, but is it like now in your head that it's like you're kind of you're matching your bourbons
Yeah.
because
Maybe you haven't been realizing subconsciously you have been making
Subconsciously,
these
yeah.
decisions that you're not realizing.
because
you're
they're
making
going to match.
decisions
Well, not
for.
match, but they're going to flow into another.
I never go from
Is that
like
alcoholism?
I never go from like 117 to like a 90 proof. Like I never do that.
No, you try
Yeah.
to stay in the same, right?
Stay
I think
like-
alcoholism would be if you were just drinking it to get drunk.
Yeah, no.
We are. I think
No,
we're actually quite the opposite.
Yeah.
We even have said it. I wish I didn't get drunk and I could just enjoy drinking more of it. But so that I'm fine with not having that effect in it. I enjoy it going down. I'm enjoying that Kentucky hug. I'm enjoying those flavors.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that comes with the territory. Is that sometimes you can get a little tipsy.
I've had a couple of people come over and I'm sharing my bourbons and my whiskeys, and they'll like shoot it down, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Well, they're
Your
used to,
C923 that you have 2 drops left of.
yeah, they're used to the college days of just.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They don't-
I sip my stuff.
Some people, they just don't understand,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can't blame them if it wasn't explained to them and they don't understand. When you first, you know what I watched the other day? Guys, check it out. Our pilot episode of the Speakeasy podcast, which back then was Pub Suds and Grubs presents the Speakeasy, and I'm John. The whole first few episodes was getting John to like bourbon, and just the things he was saying and the things it was just
burn rate.
If you watch it, if John were to watch it right now, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I got to go back and react to one of those.
Yeah, because it was fun, and look where you are now.
Maybe I'll do a TikTok video of me reacting to that show.
Yeah,
I was catching up on some of the episodes, so I'm fully caught up to date. But
all right.
When you guys were talking about like eating it with food, I was like, I cannot drink bourbon with food at
Yeah.
all. Like,
no.
I can have an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Cocktail.
yes, and that's typically the consensus we had too as well.
I can't do it. I tried. I'm like, it just doesn't go.
But if I went to a pairing, like a restaurant was offering a pairing, I'd give it a shot. I would say, you know what? Let me see what your thinking is pairing.
I
well.
agree, but I don't think I would enjoy it. Like
But when they're pairing it, I don't. Well, I guess they
dessert,
are.
yes.
Yeah.
Like
I was just say they're not pairing it with like a steak. Well, yeah, they are. Yeah.
But we have paired, like I said, I like to have bourbon with my peanut butter pretzel bites, you know?
yes,
And
I agree with that type, like dessert type.
yeah, something that could be sweeter too. I could have it with, yes, maybe a chocolate cake or something if I'm having something that is like a toasted barrel or maybe something more malty or something like we're having right now. Maybe with a chocolate cake might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Back to Cedar Ridge.
Yes.
So what are your final thoughts? Out of 5, where are you going with it?
Well, at first I wanted to say we did not discuss that finish, though. I think
We
that
didn't.
finish
We didn't.
goes through on this one. I think
Very-
that dark malt,
yes.
that chocolate does go through.
That Whopper.
That little bit of heat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no longer there for me.
No, I mixed it with a little bit of water in my mouth. It enhances that malty flavor.
Yeah.
And it's
How
on
do I
your
do
lips,
that?
you
Put
know.
that,
No, I actually take a sip of my water.
You
and I
could,
sit
though.
and
I just
swish it around.
freshen that up.
Just
if
put
you
a
want.
drop.
Yeah, put
That's-
two drops in.
It's
yeah.
fresh from July.
From July. Yeah. No, I actually cleaned that up.
Last time I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'll join you.
2024.
I'll join you on that, and I'll put a couple. John,
Wow, yeah.
Johnson.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, flavor is definitely
Yeah,
pop.
it's there, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, and I hopefully don't sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I've never had this before. You guys haven't had Cedar Ridge before.
No,
No, I've
had
never
it.
heard
It's really
of it.
good. I
This
like
is
it.
new to me.
I didn't know they made whiskey in Iowa.
I thought you just had. No, that's Idaho. I was going to say potatoes.
Yeah, no, that'd be vodka, right?
Yeah, vodka. Yeah. John asked the ratings. We'll start with Jay. You're the guest. Out of 5.
Out of 5, but I give like when I do like my taste and bourbon thing, I do like point, like
No, we do 0.65 and stuff. We do like
We do whatever you. Yeah.
I'm between 4.1 and 4.2. So anything from my standpoint, when I'm drinking beer or bourbon, anything under a 4, it might be good, like 3.9, but I wouldn't order it necessarily again or buy the bottle.
buy the bottle.
So it's like a reminder to me.
Okay.
So I try to rank them when I.
Thanks for explaining your scale on that, because I don't know if
4.2.
ours
I'll
is
go
necessarily
high.
the same on that, but yeah, that's good. At least the people would know.
4.2, I'll go.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really good.
Yeah, John.
I think it's really good too, but I'm not that high. I'm more like maybe a 3.8.
Okay,
Would you buy this bottle?
It depends on the price.
depends on price, right? I think it was
how much?
like 59 or something like that, maybe.
shipping?
No, with shipping is different, but we can't conclude that though. We can't include that because
$50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
I'd buy it
price.
for $50.
I will give this. So here's the thing: if I were to rate this when I first had it, I would say like a 3.15 to 3.25.
Ooh, yeah,
I went high.
When I first had it.
yeah.
Now I'm gonna say like 3.65, 3.75
Okay.
on this.
I'm a little higher because I just like a lot of
Yeah.
bourbons. I don't know. Maybe it's because the first one I haven't had a bourbon actually in like
It's
a week.
unique though. It's unique and it's crazy that it's straight bourbon whiskey because I
Yeah.
feel like it's something else
Right.
going on.
And it is unique because
Dude.
we've had plenty of stuff, obviously
Yeah.
the malt hops, but this one is just extra malty.
Do you think it's funny that I went 4.1, then I went up to 2, and then you guys said yours? Now I want to lower it to 4.
No, because we have different scales.
No,
Like,
but you
we're used to
explained
our
your scale.
scales.
You
Yeah,
said what
explained
you
your
would give
scale.
it, and that's fine. No, that's fine. I would say an adjustment, maybe lower it by 0.5 or something. Would be a good adjustment, judging by how you scale things. And I think that would be. So you were what, a
That was
4?
I mean, I was
I
3.8.
said 4.1.
That's not
4.1.
far off.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
said 3.8. That's not far
Yeah,
off.
so it's about relatively the
To
same.
me, I hear 3.8. Not buying.
Overall, though, Cedar Ridge, good stuff. We
Yeah.
like what you did with
I'd
this.
buy that,
It's pretty
yeah.
good, and a good pick from the guy who
stuff.
did this from Central Bourbon. I forgot who it was, but cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right, good stuff. So,
All right.
Recently, so Jay's been itching to talk about this because he keeps saying, "Dude, I gotta get on a show. I want to talk about my trip. And we said we want to have you on the show to talk about your trip. So
I thought the itching was from the chlamydia
Yeah.
or the herpes.
or the herpes.
Yeah,
Both.
maybe both.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they have creams for that nowadays. Don't
I
they?
mean, I did see John a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
we got a little close.
I gave you something.
Wait,
Okay.
can we actually talk about that real quick? What happened at the bar that we met at?
Go ahead. What happened? No.
So I invite John out. Ken was away, and we go to this biker bar.
Oh, and we went to
And we're about to leave.
Great Notch Inn over
And
in
for
Clifton.
some reason, we stayed. And this, 65, 70-year-old man
Oh yeah.
Oh, he pissed himself.
pissed his
Yeah,
pants.
he peed his
Yeah,
pants,
yeah, I heard about the story.
And it's like a normal act.
That was the last
apparently.
time I saw John. But
Yeah.
all right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd rather talk about your trip, man, because you did a trip of a lifetime.
Jay, where did you go?
So I went to Glacier National Park in Montana, and
Yeehaw.
I wanted to go, 20 years ago, my screensaver was this glacier lake and the mountain, and I always said, I want to go there. It's like my bucket list. And then people are like, why the hell are you going to Montana? It's so
I
cold.
thought that was in Canada. I didn't realize that was in
So-
Montana.
Banff is like a couple hours north. I don't know if you know where that is, like Calgary. So it's like right. We actually drove into Canada.
So the park is in both?
Yes,
It-
it's
it
in both.
stretches into
they
both?
kind of don't count. Well, it is. It's Glacier National Park, but it's like they call it like a different park because you're in Canada. But I guess
That's like the Catskills and the Poconos, You're in one area,
it's
you're
huge.
Catskills, and then you cross into Pennsylvania. It's Poconos now.
Poconos, right?
Yeah.
But I'll start from the reverse. So I had like some people from Montana on the plane. Obviously people going back to New Jersey, and I just remember flying into New Jersey and going, ugh, like why do we live here? Like what? How? Like flying into Newark, I'm like it's so shitty. Like I was like we just left like paradise, like fresh air and not a lot of people and not too diverse up there though.
Oh.
What was that?
Compared to Jersey, it was like
They all look like us?
yeah, okay, a lot of beards.
A lot of beards. They wear cowboy hats too?
So to start the trip, basically, I was very excited. We get on the plane, and I wanted to watch Yellowstone. So I watched all the Yellowstones. Like 1892 was my favorite. I watched the first season of
Getting into the mood, getting ready.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this would be cool. I'll watch the season 2, even though I didn't really love season 1, and I loved season 2. But the one weird thing, and I think you guys might have talked about it previously on the show. So my son is 2 seats next to me. I'm on the aisle.
Yeah.
So I'm on the aisle so people can see my screen, and the head, boss guy of the land, whatever, in the show in Yellowstone, was that 1918, I think?
No,
Well, it was 1923 and 18.
it was 1923. It was the old
Harrison Ford one.
James Bond guy. What's his name?
So there's gratuitous whipping and choking and sex, boobs everywhere, and I kept looking over. My son was on his iPad and stuff, so he wasn't looking. But then I'm like, it was started getting very uncomfortable because I'm like, I know there's a woman next to me who thinks I'm looking at
She's
porn.
looking between the seats.
Yeah. And then I kept forwarding it because I was like, it
I
was
feel like we
uncomfortable.
talked about this on the show. I feel like did we? I don't know. I feel like
I
we
think
talked
we
about that,
did.
and that they shouldn't have things that have nudity in it because.
But I
in
really
a way, that's kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't want to shut it off because I want to watch it. I'm flying into Bozeman. I want to see the old time because a lot of that was in Bozeman. So.
And it's a show. It's a television show. It's not like porn or something like that. But
I think I had
there's
brought
parts-
it up from my trip because our friends were sitting in front of us and she fell asleep and whatever movie she was on, the guy was going to town on her breasts, and I'm like,
It's
oh my
weird.
god,
Eh?
I'm like waking her up. You got to change
But
that.
think about this. I think this is going to be a thing. I think it's going to be a thing in the future. I think
Someone's
that
gonna,
they're going to
sue them or...
exactly. Because think about this. You're in your house and you have 2 7-year-old girls and you're watching something with nudity and there's vaginas or whatever in
Or
there.
not even that, someone getting their head blown off.
Yeah,
There was
or
plenty
anything
of violence.
that sort. Anything of that sort. Do you think that's right?
No.
No,
Absolutely
I
not.
felt uncomfortable.
Exactly. So what's the difference between sitting next to someone on a plane
Yeah.
where you see
Yeah.
that kind of sexual acts or anything of that sort?
It
Maybe
should be like PG.
maybe
and
they'll have
under.
those
There should be
privacy.
no violence and no
Yeah.
nudity on your pick'ems.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know the cell phones have those privacy screens. Maybe they kind of have that. So it's like if you're only sitting in
I
front.
don't. I think that's going to cause more headaches than it's worth.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much room in and of itself
Yeah.
on a plane where you start taking more room away.
It'll
that
be
might
like
be a bad thing.
the NFL when you're reviewing a play.
Yeah. Keep it PG, man. Keep it PG.
It's easier to do that. Keep it PG on the movies and everything. There's plenty of adult things that we can watch that are fine, that you don't have to have the nudity and the sexual acts and the violence.
Yeah.
So, and it's I noticed it too when I was on the plane recently. I was watching something like Harry Potter related, and some of it might have been a little scary or something. And my son's looking over, and he did look over. But granted, it was like only Harry Potter, but it was more like scary things,
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "I don't watch it, don't watch it," And
Wasn't Harry Potter the X version? No.
right. But yes, I'm seeing to your point on that, Jay, that it could be awkward.
Yeah.
So
Continue.
it was like all kind of pumped up for the trip. I got over that, and we land. And so the one thing, like, there's a couple things that I thought was a little that I wasn't expecting. So it's like in Bozeman, like, there's all bars, and like, of course, I check into spots, and Dom's been there already. I'm like, you bastard.
Yeah, of
I
course.
thought I was the only one checking into this place. But then you see mountains like around you. But once you get past those mountains, and I started driving to Glacier National Park, it was 5 hours north. It was so flat.
5
It
hours
was,
north.
You drove 5
5
hours after taking a plane ride?
no, so I stayed overnight in Bozeman.
Regardless.
And then got up in the morning and drove out there. But I mean,
still, I didn't
my
realize it
trip
was
was
that
10
far.
days, so I had plenty of time. So we just took our time. And it's weird, though, because you be driving. It's like flat as can be. Like I was expecting mountains everywhere. It was up like that when you go 5 hours north. But so you could see for miles, see if like animals are driving. And every speed limit was like
Animals
85.
driving.
I mean, when you're driving, you don't hit an animal. So you could see like all the way out like like miles. So
Look at that moose.
I was driving like
You got a pickup truck?
I wanted to get where I was going. I was driving like 100 miles an hour. And then you start hitting the mountain ranges and stuff. But you would like drive through and come through this little small town. And there were like the rodeos in town. And like I so wanted to just stay. Like, when's the rodeo
100%.
happening?
That'd probably be awesome.
So like I
yeah.
went inside and it's like the smallest little honky tonk bar with like a little casino and stuff.
That's
But
awesome.
like I have like I guess a couple 2 stories that are a little significant happened that was interesting. So I guess I'll get into that and then I'll tell you
almost
some
get
of the
your
other
ass kicked?
stuff.
Because I mean, that I can see.
No, I almost
No, you didn't say anything stupid to anybody?
no, not
You
out
didn't get
there.
pistol. You didn't get pistol whipped?
No, out there it's different. It's like I don't know. People
Out there,
just
they
have-
agreed with Jay.
Probably. All right. So the first one is we have to do a really long hike, and my son wants to quit, basically. And I'm like, no, man, you could do it. We're walking. This is on my bucket list. I'm going to the glacier,
I
with
saw
or
your
without
pictures,
you.
man.
Yeah, I
When
saw
I saw
those.
him like hiking up there. I was like, wow.
He
So
had
that-
mentioned
trooper,
it to
dude.
me, and
What a
I looked
trooper.
at the photos on Facebook. I was like, "Oh, I see
So
what he's talking about."
that was like
Yeah.
6.5 miles to the glacier.
Wow.
And then you rest, and then 6.5 back. And I kept trying to get my son ready for it.
Yeah.
And he wanted to quit halfway. And the guy's like, there's a lot of people you come across. And like at any moment, you're like nervous, like a friggin' grizzly bear, which we've seen, and black bear and stuff would jump out. So like you're kind of on edge too. And there's cliffs and this and that.
Yeah.
And literally within 5 seconds of the hike, my son goes, like starts freaking out. And I'm like, what? I don't see it. I'm expecting like a bear to be in front of him. It's a grasshopper and it hopped and he starts freaking out. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
blame him. Those things can be scary.
I'm like, dude, you're not going to make it out here. Like, you guys got to. And then literally a snake went through my wife's feet. She starts screaming. I'm like, oh my God, we're doomed
Did
for
you
this.
shake him?
yeah.
So
What's that
whatever. It
movie
was a
with,
little snake. It was all cool. But this is the part of the story now. So we get to the glacier, and I'm like, I'm going in for a swim. And my wife's like, it's 35 degrees. And I'm like, I don't care. It's like bucket list. It's like 87 out. It's hot out. I just did a walk. I was sweating.
Was anyone else swimming?
A couple guys went in their underwear, jumped in. It's
That's tough.
Like when I kept my
I'll look like a Barbie doll if I came out of that thing.
I said that on the video, and
Yeah.
I don't know if my wife cut it out or not. And I said, "There's definitely shrinkage," but
I think I commented that too.
you
on
did.
your
I
thing.
said it. But like literally, I walked in, and my feet were starting to get numb for being in there for 10 minutes.
Wow.
So
Well, 10 minutes is long.
I kind of like half went in it. When I went to the other lake, I went fully in
Like a
it. But
cold plunge.
so I had to get changed because like you're in the open down there. So I had to go look for like pine trees, and I'm getting changed, and I see a family down there, and I'm like being very careful because like I'm naked, and like they could see me because they're on the weird side of the
Did
glacier.
someone go, "Look at that woman"?
Magnifying glass. So I get changed, and now my family's all the way down, like on the beach, like eating lunch, like not a beach, like rock rocks are over there. And I see that family, and I start walking around. I'm taking a picture, and they're like, "Oh, hey, can you take a picture of our family?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "You didn't see my ass up there, did you?" They're like, "No, we don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Okay." So I take the picture of them, and now I have like my backpack on. I have my camera. I have like all my pictures and stuff. So I start walking away, and I just hear this little girl who was like 10, maybe 9 or 10. It was a boy, a girl. That the girl was like 10. The kid was 12, and then it was the mom and the dad. Falls into the glacier, but this is at the point where it's like a rock slope, so it's like straight down, and like she can't get out, and she's like, "Daddy!" like screaming. He jumps right in like a hero and pushes her out, and I help pull her out. Now there's other people around like just kind of looking, and then
with their phones out like this.
he can't. No, I wanted.
Right?
I asked the guy after this happens. I'm like, he goes, "Hey man, I wanted to help you." There's a little more to the story, but he goes, "Hey man, I wanted to help you." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you help me?"
I was recording.
I go, "Did you record it at least so I could be on like the Montana news?" And he's like, "No man." I'm like, he's like, "That was cool though." All right, so now the husband, who's like a big tall dude, and when I was talking to him, he said he's from Montana, so like he should kind of know, but he can't get out.
So he's a big, tall dude too, because you're what,
Big
6'2" or something?
Bigger than me, and
Yeah.
like a little heavier, and not heavy, but like thick guy, and like the rock face was so like slimy from like being in the water. He can't get out. He keeps going on and slipping and falling into the water, and I know how cold it is, and he's in there for like 30 seconds now. Help get his kid out. And I yelled to the wife's just standing there, and I yelled to the wife, "Give me your walking stick." So I give it to him. I'm like, "Pull it as hard as you can." The stick breaks in half, and I'm like, "Shit." So like I have my boots on, no one else has it on, so I go right to the thing where it's like dry, and I said, "Listen, grab my hand, and I'm gonna pull you as hard as I could." And he grabbed it, and I'm like, "I'm gonna go in with him."
Yeah.
I just pulled as hard as I could. I got him out. He's like, "Dude, thanks, man." And then I went back to my wife. She's like, "Where the hell were you?"
She got mad.
And I'm like, just saving somebody.
Saving a life.
But then something else happens where I wasn't as much of it. Like I wasn't a hero. I was just helping a family out where I could.
Well, you did what you should do, and that's the thing nowadays. No one does that anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
take your phone out. Look, he's drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, "Sorry, bro."
He needed my help.
I
And,
might have did that with my kid too. She's in there. I ain't jumping in. I can't swim. It's too cold.
But I thought about it. He goes, "You know what? If I just swam like around, I probably could have got out easier." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not."
He would have just walked out.
When I went in the water, though, like you start freaking out. Your body's fighting.
yeah,
It
yeah.
thinks you're like gonna drown.
Absolutely, it's in shock.
So I tell them, and the one guy that works in our hotel sees me, and he's like, "By the time you get back to Jersey, it was a grizzly bear chased this family into the lake. You saved them."
You just punched the grizzly bear in the face. You shot its ass. Shot the hair off its ass.
So now, like this part, I wasn't as much of I guess a little bit, but so now this part's horrible. Like literally, my son and my wife, I'm telling you, the end of it, we're crying. So we had to take a little like small bus to get. They're like, it's so crowded at where there's a bunch of these trails that they said you take this little like, I don't know, those little like jitney like. So normally you fit like 40 people on the bus. So coming back,
Like a shuttle.
it's a shuttle. It's like completely full. There's like 50 people on it, and I was talking to the one guy that runs it. So like he noticed me, and he goes, there was like 8 people, and we just got there before them. He goes, "You guys have a kid, come on." So there's like everyone's standing, and there's like, you know where the line is? There's people over the line. There's like so many people that like a girl was like sitting on my lap, like, and like my son was in the front. I gave my seat to my wife, and she goes, "No, I'll stand." She wanted to stand for some reason. So all of a sudden, like we're getting close to coming back, so you have to like keep driving on these windy roads. And all of a sudden, like it was in slow motion, but not. I turned around and I just hear like commotion. And I turn and look, and it's like a wave of people. And some girl goes, "Why is everybody coughing?" And people are like, like choking. And I'm
What
like,
is
so
going on?
in my mind, I'm like, it's 9/11 again. So there's a fucking terrorist here. They're gonna kill us.
In Montana.
So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. My mind's like trying to process it. And then I see like the wave hitting, coming closer, coming closer. Then my wife is like 2 people behind me. She starts like eyes tearing and like choking. And I'm like, she's like, "Open the window." So I'm like trying to open the window, and it's like jammed. I'm in like the front. The other people, the lady they go, "Open the door." So some idiot, we have bear spray, and you need it there, right? So
I was going to say, I ain't going to Montana.
so there's a safety on it. it must have popped off because you have to keep it in your bag. He must have went to grab his bag because we were getting close. It went off and like, dude,
Pepper sprayed the
it's
bus,
like
basically.
100 times with the windows closed. It was like 100 times mace. Like my eyes, my throat was burning. But I guess this is the bad part where like the previous day I was kind of a hero, and then this day, like when that happened, I like turned around and Jake's like, "What's going on?" He didn't know what was going on. I go, "Get off the bus," and then I turned and my wife's like, "Get off now!" So like,
Wait, the bus wasn't moving?
it stopped at this point, and then they yelled at the lady.
Bus driver's like, okay.
But now like
After he crashed.
I'm in the front. And there's people stuck because everyone's got to exit. So my wife just screams at me, get off now. I mean, my son should have been in front of me. I was off like Costanza.
It was like George in the party.
Costanza.
Fire!
I did help. I got off and then helped people like get off. And then, but there was people like stuck in there. And like we were all like putting water in our eyes and like, it was just terrible. And then while this is happening, some guy like punches out the back window. He's still in there, and he's like, like choking and stuff. And yeah, it was horrible. Then
That's awesome.
while this happens, then there's another thing. The bus like pulls up, I guess, to air it out or something. And a lady is on. There's a motorcycle. And while I'm like helping my son and my wife, the motorcycle falls over, and the motorcycle's on top of the lady. And I look at this guy. Me and this guy run. I thought she was on the bus and breathed it in and passed out. And we ran over, and she's like, "No, I just can't handle the bike." And we lifted this Harley that was so heavy. So like two things happened. I look back and I'm like, "What's
Starting to question Montanians.
Yeah, what the hell is going on here?"
I think I would have drove home. I would have been afraid something would have happened to the
My wife,
plane, and you would have been the pilot trying to land.
It's like Final Destination.
She wouldn't go on another shuttle. I mean, I had a car, so we were driving everywhere, but she would not go back on. She was like traumatized from it.
That's really funny.
It was crazy, but like I kept over analyzing. Like at night, I'm like, oh, I should have like. He's not like your son's not the age of like where you used to pick them up so easily. But I kind of felt like, did I do everything right?
It becomes like a movie where you wrap his head. Let's go. We got this.
But like,
I would say the thing I would say, if it's something that you're taking in through your lungs, maybe put your shirt over your nose.
Yeah, nobody did that. And
Yeah.
that is a good observation. We're like, nobody did that, which we
Yeah,
should have.
that'd be the first thing I probably do. Just because if you have something in your lungs or something, then I think the natural thing to be is just put your shirt or something, a cloth or a sweatshirt, and just put it around your head.
It's just funny though. You said like the wave was coming, like people were choking a little at a time.
There was another Seinfeld episode where they're.
I actually thought I thought they were near an ocean for a second. What are you talking about?
Is
it like a tsunami?
Yeah, you remember in
And my wife's like, just run.
you know the Seinfeld episode where George Costanza's dad's making the food?
Oh yeah,
all like,
everyone starts puking.
It was like in slow motion.
He was like in the military or
and
something.
It wasn't affecting me yet because I was in the front, and then all of a sudden I was like, it was awful. So I know how it is to get. When I brought back, because you rent the bear spray, I was like, she's like, this one went off. I'm like, no, some idiot set it up. Like no one said anything, and I was scared to look in my bag because I'm like, if it was me,
Yeah.
but it was in the back, and then I looked. I'm like, nope, my safety's on, but some idiot set
I
it
would
off.
have found the
and
jerk off that did it.
People were mad. People literally were.
Oh, I bet.
Because like there was no kids on there and just my son, and people were like, God bless him. Like I hope he's okay. Because he was just more scared.
Yeah.
He didn't know what was going on. But yeah, so it was interesting. But
Now he's got no vision.
Besides-
in his right eye. He
Were
can't
they
hear with his left
out
ear.
there? Were they like, God bless your son and God bless Donald Trump?
in USA, and then there was a chant, USA, USA, and then they shot their guns off.
Yeah. So you had a good time though.
Nah, besides that, like stories, like hiking.
And you said you saw
beautiful.
bears too as well?
We saw a grizzly when we were on a boat, and it's like headed right for people, and we're trying to yell to them, stop,
Is the
stop.
plural of bear bears, or is it just bear?
Bears.
Is it bears?
The bears.
The bears.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was exciting actually. I
That-
wasn't expecting that,
that's
by the
funny,
way.
yeah.
I
When you started, I was like,
Sorry.
and then it got good.
But we wanted to talk a little bit about Montana now that you mentioned all this craziness and that people are half idiots out. I was gonna say John's
Yeah.
word.
But they're probably not from
Say the R
Montana.
word.
Don't say the R word.
Oh, I like that you're bringing it back.
I'm bringing it back. But maybe not right now.
Yeah, maybe it's just the Montana tourists that are kind of a little slow. But yeah, on that note, though, you mentioned about watching Yellowstone on the way there, on the flight, and everything like that. Do you think that the tourism up there has gone a little like crazy now with this whole Yellowstone?
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
know,
asked
stuff.
people about that, and they've seen a big increase. one of the things I thought was kind of funny was I'm like, I haven't seen like a true cowboy yet, like riding a horse. We saw people like pushing cattle. And there was like a lot of ranches, like not Duntons, but we actually looked it up to see how far, and it was
The
like
Dutton Ranch was far.
3 or 4 hours away. I'm like,
Because
I'm not
Montana's
gonna
huge,
go.
huh?
Bro, I would
Yeah,
have.
huge.
I would have drove that though.
Yeah,
I mean, you drove 5 hours to go to
Yeah, I
a
know.
fucking glacier.
I know. You went to
I was hungry.
to get
get
pepper
first
sprayed.
snakes and grasshoppers, and
Yeah, I definitely would have drove to the Dutton Ranch. That would have been the first place I drove to.
But like, I was like, oh look, they're pushing cattle. Like we see cattle, then up on the hill is a guy on an ATV. Like we did see.
Yeah, they do it without horses now.
Yeah,
they have
I
like
saw
golf carts.
one guy with a horse, but yeah, it's basically like
Yeah.
modernized, which is
Yeah.
a little weird. But there was like a lot of ranches and
yeah.
So
cool things
no
like that.
cowboys? Like, did you see any
Yeah,
cowboys?
yeah,
Like,
like
were
in
they
the
like
bars?
spurred up,
Yeah.
like with the holster and the guns?
not in
and stuff?
Bozeman.
No.
So, do you feel that the OGs there are still like cowboys, and like everyone else is just tourists that move there?
Yeah, there's a lot of tourists, and the one lady says you could tell when they're wearing cowboy boots because they're like pristine.
Yeah.
like a true
That's the
cowboy
new
is gonna
people.
be.
Yeah, it's gonna be dirty
You could tell,
and-
like
yeah,
right
So
away.
dusty.
I have a coworker that moved out there a few months ago, and you know, she was always talking. She was telling me photos of it, and she's like, "It's just gorgeous." Where
Oh,
she
it's
lives.
just
yeah.
unbelievable. Like at one point, my wife said to me, "Why does it smell like cinnamon and like air freshener?" I'm like, "Because we had the windows down driving." I'm like, "Yeah, because there's like no pollution, so it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
just
Did you see like Emmett Smith or Dak Prescott or Troy Aikman?
no, like true cowboys."
So there's not cowboys out there.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. Joke. But no, the one thing that was weird was like when you're going before you go into Glacier, you go into like a Native American lands and areas and stuff, and it's like just very poor. And it was like I felt like
So there was a
like,
lot of natives out there. Then you
there
saw
was.
actual Native
I think
Americans.
It was it was like, but it was like kind of sad because it was very depressed, very like. Like
Well,
there was
maybe
a lot of like
maybe to you.
no, there was like garbage around. It was just like they gave him like shit land. That's how I felt like personally.
So when you watch something like Yellowstone and you see Taylor Sheridan and he does, it looks like every single one of his shows is pretty much sending a message about Native rights and how they've lost their rights and everything of that sort. Do you think he's pretty accurate in what he's putting across out there that they are getting the shit end of the stick there? You know,
I do, and I've seen it. And just it was very depressing and. I hate to be stereotypical, but a lot of people looked like they were abusing alcohol because they're in such like I don't know. It just didn't seem like there was a way out, like a way up.
did you have any peyote yourself at all, or mushrooms or anything?
No
of that
peyote?
I
sort?
did not.
Yeah. Follow up question. It's October. Were you blaming Columbus for all this?
I did not.
No. Okay. Good.
Yes. Well, you could if you wanted to.
Did you? Another follow up question.
Damn it,
Did you see
Italians.
any Mexicans?
Honestly, no.
No. All right. Let's get into this Mexican treehouse beer we have. You brought
That was a
this.
good segue.
This is called Jalagreeño.
Jalagreeño. We should have had this on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. This is an American IPA that you brought from Treehouse.
So I've
right?
been holding this because I had one before and I thought it was very unique.
Okay.
And it's basically like the green Treehouse beer that's very hazy, but they do a lot like natural. It's not like the fake.
And there's
jalapenos.
jalapeno in it, right?
Yeah. So it gives
So-
you a little hug.
It's a 7.5% American IPA.
we're doing
Basically,
a
it
three-way.
says Jalagreeño is a rendition of green conditioned on jalapenos, pouring a beautiful hazy yellow color into your glass. I feel like my
I'm
God.
actually looking forward to this right now. Yeah.
The nose carries
I like
aromatic bouquet of peppery, earthiness, and spicy pineapple.
Because you get that jalapeno has that nice green though. It has that nice,
But both,
you know.
do both of you like jalapenos?
Sure,
I do.
love
I actually have a bag of jalapeno chips in my
Yeah,
car.
there you go.
You should have this while you're having your chips while you're driving home.
Yeah, go get them.
Negative. Last time I brought in that stuff, you guys yelled at me.
Oh, the Takis or Pockies?
Oh, didn't he have like?
Hey, by the
pork
way,
rinds?
if you haven't watched it yet, Three Dads Doing Power Hour, Jay was on that as well. Check that one out. We are assholes.
I smell it as soon as I open it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to do some notes on this one.
Yeah. Which we can.
Cheers.
Well, let's get this nose. You want to do that nose? I'm not getting the
Not
peppers as much
getting
as
it.
I thought.
I hope
yeah.
it didn't wear off
No,
because it's.
I
been
smell
sitting.
pineapple.
Did you shake it before you poured it? All right.
Shake what my mother gave
You
me.
should shake.
I shake what my mother gave me.
Nose wise, it kind of just smells like a typical
Beer.
IPA,
Yeah.
like a nice hazy or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't smell it. But maybe
Yeah.
that's what's good. Maybe it's just like subtle.
Subtle.
Maybe you're just full of shit.
It's very subtle.
Mrs. Esther House.
This is your house.
That tasted a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, absolutely. I get that jalapeno.
It'd be good to eat with like a quesadilla, but not super spicy or anything. But let it
I didn't get it.
let
at
it
all.
linger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no,
John.
I didn't get it at all.
Oh yeah.
I have to let it linger. I really have to. I really have to let it linger.
I'm gonna spit out my beer.
We're from Native Americans, cowboys, Mexicans. Now I'm Irish.
We've talked about it all.
I'm a man of the people.
Christopher Columbus talked about
Swish it, John. You gotta swish
You
it,
don't
buddy.
taste
Swish
it?
it. Swish it for a little.
I
the heat.
I got
The
a little
heat.
bit.
It subsided.
Yeah, died off a little bit.
I think it's not what I was expecting.
You need to swish it a little longer though. Like I actually had it in there for like 10 seconds. Let it. Yeah. Not swish it too hard. You want to get too foamy. But oh god, it's disgusting.
You don't taste on the back
Anything more
end?
on that? Yeah.
No, I. Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
get the jalapeno, man.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
you
it.
get the jalapeno.
You get it. It's and you know what though?
I liked it better before.
I
switched.
commend other half for making it so transitional where it's Treehouse.
What'd you say?
I said other half.
Because green, you're thinking green
No,
city.
because Jay
green.
said he brought other half too.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Oh wait, oh yeah, now it's sitting there. Yeah, yeah.
So I commend Treehouse. Sorry, Treehouse. Both great breweries. That it was such a good transition from that notes of that jalapeno to that hoppiness. They perfected something that I haven't seen
love
perfected
it.
yet.
Have you ever had? A
I've
beer
had
like this?
I've had habanero beers.
habanero are great too.
And I can say that the habanero was too overly spicy.
Yeah.
Was that the what's the one? Ballast Point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was too spicy where you couldn't drink.
No. Yeah.
This
It was
is-
more like a novelty. Let's try this out and because it's super spicy. But then you're like, I can't have this again.
Yeah.
This I can drink
yeah.
another can of it.
The jalapeno is very subtle.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah.
and it's the perfect complement. To
When I had
it's
it,
not what I was expecting.
when I had it months ago, it was more heat though to it, but not a lot, just a little bit.
Well, jalapeno is on the Scoville scale. What is it?
Oh,
like?
it's probably one of the least.
Yeah, it's not super.
bad.
It's not like a Scotch bonnet or a
No.
Navajo,
But
not a,
habanero
like a ghost pepper.
But not even heat wise. Jalapeno has that like that particular flavor.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really
Yeah, distinct.
I don't taste the jalapeno flavor, but
Yeah.
I taste the heat
Yeah.
on the tongue.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Jalapeno is one of the most versatile peppers you can use because it's not like going to kick your ass necessarily.
overpowering.
You could pickle them, and they're delicious pickled. They're
like-
delicious raw. They're delicious every way.
You ever eat a salad and have that? Was it pepperoncino? And then you eat that, and then you can't taste any of
the
your food.
pepper,
because-
Yeah, I love
pepperoncinis, yeah,
pepperoncini.
yeah.
Very vinegary and hot. And
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think they did a good job.
No.
I would buy it again if I.
I actually
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, no, good. Thanks for bringing
Thank
it,
you.
dude. Yeah, I appreciate it. This was solid. I really did like it.
For the last 6 months, he's like, "Can I just bring the
I
goddamn
know it's been
beer?"
in my refrigerator. I'm like, it's been in there long enough.
It doesn't taste bad, which is a good
No.
thing.
Yeah.
It tastes really good. So thanks Jay for bringing that. I think we're getting to shout out point now. Right now,
Anything else you anything else happen? Anybody die or no?
No one died.
no.
Would you suggest and recommend a trip out there? to
Yeah,
everybody?
I kind of wanted to live out there. Besides knowing that the winters are so bad out
Really
there,
fucking cold.
But
Maybe
really,
a snowbird.
yeah.
You can go there in summer and come back in the winter when you get older.
I think on Yellowstone they
3 more
said
years.
there's 3 seasons, and it was like July, August, and winter.
And I'm
So,
sorry, I know
yeah.
we're done, but real quick, you stayed in Yellowstone
you're, like in the park and
in
had
the park.
I
So is
had
there
a-
like bison walking around and
Yeah.
stuff, like while you're
There was videos that I was showing my son of a grizzly bear and a moose chasing each other. Not when we were there, like and crashed into the window, like kind of where we were staying, and he was like freaking out a little bit. I'm like, but the stars, and it was just awesome. I loved it. We had to book it a year in advance to stay in the park.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
wow.
yeah, I recommend it. It was awesome. Like,
Yeah,
you saw the pictures. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
No, it looked great, man.
Yeah.
That's up my alley,
Great
man.
trip.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
See, that's when we talk about travel, and you're like, "Dad, you got to go to like Ireland. You got to go there. You got to
Yeah.
see the world." No,
There's
man,
great
I want to
things
see my
here.
country first,
Yeah.
dude. I'm dying. Like I told my wife, I was like, I think my next trip should be like Arizona.
Well, you know what?
I'm into the history of
I-
the Wild West, and I just want to see my country.
I know, and I guess for me, why I would say that some of these other areas that are not in our country, because I have done a cross country trip before.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't left the
And,
East Coast.
Yeah,
Well, when after this, I don't want to bring it up right now, but next year I'm turning 50, so I was thinking of Austin. We got to talk about. I want to bounce some ideas off you guys.
you have to
see,
convince the wives first, and then we're there.
Well, you know what she said because I was like, "Are we bringing kids? Are you going?" She's like, "Why don't you just go with the guys?" And I'm like,
I know.
"Really?"
We've brought it up without you too, as well. We've talked about what you know that you.
we're already
mentioned.
going to Austin without you, so I can't.
No.
can't.
I
Is that what you
thought you
meant?
were going to Georgia.
No.
So something to talk about soon.
Yeah.
No, it's something
No,
that
not
we
soon.
had
Not
we
soon.
had said that we would
After
love
Block your calendar.
love to do. I
Yeah,
talked to Joe Rogan. He said he wanted
should
us to
go.
come on as well.
To go to a comedy show.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are my competing podcast.
It's gonna
right
be
now."
heard.
our big break.
He said you
your
guys
views
are
are going. So
yeah,
high.
yeah. He said, well, I want my competition on the show. So,
Understandable. Shout outs.
Jay, thanks for bringing that treehouse. dude.
Treehouse
Treehouse is
dealer.
awesome. Jalagreeño.
Jalagreeño. Cedar Ridge, new for us.
Good stuff.
You know what? I think it's getting better the more I have it. So
I
you know.
approve.
Yeah, good stuff. John, cheers. Jay, thanks for coming on again. We'll see you next week, I think, right?
Yeah, I'll be around.
All right, cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
to you.
Cheers.
Later.